Hey, welcome back to another edition of the Kansas Flamingo Chef. Today I'm joined by Barkley and Panther. I'm not sure if they're helping or hindering, but they're here. I'm going to make chicken cacciatore. Now, cacciatore is actually an Italian word that means hunter. It's hunter's chicken. And there are 10,000 variations of this stuff. I'm just going to do my version. So let's talk about what we have on the table for today. I've got some skin-on chicken thighs. We're actually going to season those with salt, pepper, and garlic. I've got a chopped up red bell pepper and a chopped up green bell pepper, a couple of peeled and chopped carrots, a small onion. I used the yellow onion. You use the white onion, that's fine. Diced. Got a couple of cans of Italian-style stewed tomatoes. Now, you could use tomato sauce. You could use crushed tomatoes. I like this just because it gives it a little bit of depth, and I don't have to cut up tomatoes also. You're going to need some wine. Now, you could use white wine and have a thinner dish, but I like a little heartier dish, so I'm using a little really cheap red wine here, this Hectare Cabernet. This is available at your local Total Wine. I think I paid about $4 for this bottle of wine. I've got about 8 ounces of chicken stock in reserve. I've got some good extra virgin olive oil. I've got sliced baby bell mushrooms. And then I have some Italian seasoning, both traditional green and what McCormick calls red wine style Italian seasoning. If you're using red wine in this, I highly recommend you use some of this. If you're not, if you're going to use white wine, you're probably going to need a little red pepper. I've got thyme, rosemary. I've got the blend, which is salt, pepper, and garlic. And then last but not least, I've got some Greek seasoning just for a little zest. Now, you could use fresh basil and fresh thyme in this if you want to. That's fine. But this is a faster way. You can also use oregano and basil, and that's fine. Doing it this way, it's all in one container, ready to go. All right, so let's get started. These guys, I'm sure, are going to be a problem. So the first thing we're going to do is season the chicken. And all you want to do here, you're just going to pull this skin back a little bit and take a little bit of this salt, pepper, and garlic and just sprinkle it so it gets inside the skin and outside the skin. And just do that on all four. A lot of cacciatore recipes call for using flour on the chicken. I get it, that's fine, but it's really not necessary. All right, so we're going to put the chicken in here fat side down and really get those cooking. You can smell that olive oil start to cook. As soon as you put them in fat side down, what I'm going to do is add a little bit of Italian seasoning to the other side of the chicken, the meat side, and a little bit of the salt, pepper, and garlic. Brown these till you've got a nice crisping on the chicken, and then we're going to take them out of the oil, continue cooking this pan. All right, once you've got a nice brown on that chicken, you just want to take it out of the pan, and then we're going to start cooking in the oil. Now, the first thing we need to do is take the oil off the heat and bring the heat down. All right, so in this pan, back on low heat, we're going to put in our onions and cook those in that oil that the chicken cooked in. And the chicken is only browned, it's not cooked through. And we just want to make these, kind of brown these onions a little bit, get them a little bit translucent. And then when you start to bring our heat back up to about medium high, go ahead and add your carrots and your peppers. Some of your Italian seasoning, probably about a tablespoon. and some thyme, probably about a teaspoon or so, as well as some more salt, pepper, and garlic. Okay, and work that together. And we're just going to cook these vegetables down until they start to let their oils out. And go ahead and open your tomatoes at this point. And just have them ready off to the side. Obviously, the thing that's going to cook last in here are the carrots. So you're going to watch what the condition of the peppers is. Once the peppers start to get soft, then we're ready for the next step. So we want to go ahead here and add some mushrooms. And if you don't like mushrooms, that's okay. Just chop them larger so that if you have somebody like my mother that doesn't like mushrooms, she can pull them out of it. Just a few mushrooms. Okay. I'm going to bring my heat back to medium high. I'm going to add some rosemary and my red Italian seasoning. Probably about a couple of teaspoons. And a little bit of my Greek seasoning so we can get all of those flavors in there. Work that back together. Okay. I'm going to let this sit for a minute, and then I'm going to deglaze the pan with a little red wine and then add the tomatoes. Okay, let's go ahead and hit it with a little red wine. It's not very much, just enough to poke the bottom of the pan, deglaze it, let it cook off for a moment. Maybe one more time, make sure we get all that built up stuff off the bottom of the pan. Let the wine cook off for a moment. Okay, now we're going to add our tomatoes. Kind of push those down, chop them up just a little bit, make sure the juice all gets in there, and bring that together. All right. At this point, put the chicken back in. And just kind of nestle them down in there a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to take our chicken stock, because that's going to cook off. I'm going to hit it with a little more red wine because I like the flavor. Cover this, bring your heat down to medium, and let it cook for about a half an hour. So it's been cooking just about 30 minutes. Now in the interim, I went ahead and made a nice batch of linguine, or fettuccine rather, which I literally just took off the heat. At about 15 minutes, I flipped the chicken over so that the fat side would be able to make contact as well. Sorry, a little boil over there. We're going to take the top off so you can see what's going on here. You can see that's thickening up very nicely, and the chicken's a real nice color to it. Now what I want to do at this point is let this cook for probably another 10 or 15 minutes. Basically, I want to cook off some more of this liquid. And I'm even going to leave the top off of it at the moment so that liquid cooks up a little faster. Also going to turn the heat up just a tiny bit. So in about another 10, 15 minutes tops, it'll be ready. So it's only been about another 6 minutes, and this stuff is thick. Let's take a look. It's ready. I'll turn the camera down here so you can see. We've got just that perfect consistency here. So we're going to go ahead and take this off the heat and get ready to plate it out. Plating on this is going to be pretty straightforward. I'm going to use this pasta bowl. Now you could set this on the plate side by side, but I think it looks better like this. We're going to get some of our fettuccine. Just make a nice little foundation here. Take a piece of the chicken. I'm going to put it skin side up, like so. And then I'll just kind of drizzle some of this goodness on there, like so. And that's all she wrote, Chicken Cacciatore. I got to tell you, this, if it tastes even half as good as it looks, and I know it tastes better, that's why you make this. As always, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. KansasFlamingoChef.com. If you've got a dish you'd like me to cook, all you got to do is tell me what it is. I'll give it a shot. And if you have questions, drop me an email, bill@KansasFlamingoChef.com. Have a great day. Eat fabulous.